Hi, this is Randy Randall of No Age and host of the podcast Hyphenate with Randy Randall. I want to welcome our newest sponsor of the show, DistroKid. DistroKid helps musicians get their music on all the major streaming platforms, and artists keep 100% of their royalties. Hyphenate listeners get 30% off at distrokid.com/VIP/hyphenate. Again, that's distrokid.com/VIP/HYPHENATE. Go get your music streaming everywhere now.
What's happening? Welcome to Hyphenate Halftime. Mr. Aaron Farley, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very well. We started this off before hitting record by discussing some recent developments in my Fonto art practice. I was once again tricked by our soon-to-be sponsor, Sticker Guy, stickerguy.com.
I want to get that sponsor. I would take free stickers over money.
Oh my God. Right?
Like some kind of thing that we could do, like a 200 stickers a month or something.
Oh my God. If he just covered the $40 like dumb sticker fund, that'd be amazing.
Oh yeah.
I spend at least 3 times that.
Yeah.
Making dumb stickers.
Speaking can make so many more.
If anybody wants any dumb stickers, I have Hyphenate dumb stickers on reflective foil.
Oh yeah. I still have to come get some.
Yeah. I got a bunch. I should just mail them to you. It's probably cheaper than you even starting the car. I could just mail them for $2.
You should push me to make my way to LA sometime soon.
Well,
hopefully one more month.
One more month you'll be down this way.
I mean, I just have school.
Oh yeah.
For another month. I no could get down there, but I've made myself in the last month and a half.
There's nothing.
I've made myself no art. I'm not making anything, and I'm not taking any photos. And I'm not doing any of that stuff because what I've realized is that art and photography and all of that is a great
waste of time.
A great distraction.
Meaningless, pointless waste of time.
Is a great distraction from doing the things that actually need to be done.
Mm-hmm.
And every time I'm I've realized what the important things that I need to get done are the timely things.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the better idea I have that pops into my head at completely randomly to do an amazing art project, whatever I'm doing right at that moment is the thing that I need to get done the most. Because it's my brain going no. Okay, you have this whole bag of ideas just stuck in your brain. I'm going to throw one out right now. I'm going to start throwing them out. And I'm oh, wait.
Ooh,
I forgot
shiny.
about all those colors that I was thinking of. And what if I put those in? And I start on this big road of I have my printing stuff out. Okay, I could. And then I go, wait. I got a 500-page paper to write. Let's go. Come on. Nope. And I'm oh, that's what I know. That's how I know that that's the most important thing to do is if I really, really, really have a great idea.
Oh my God.
To do something else.
Yes. That's, you're in trouble. Yeah. I always find my closets get very clean around tax time or any kind of necessary thing that I have to do. Those closets look really clean.
It's amazing, right?
Or they look so dirty that I must clean them. It's really now's the time that I have to go through that pile of paper I've not looked at for a long time. Now's that time to do it.
Well, and this is what I've just gone through because I had kind of my big final, my EdTPA thing.
Congratulations.
3 weeks ago. Well, I haven't passed it yet.
So shit.
I turned it in 3 weeks ago. I got one. I'll know more in a week. But up until that point, my office was just piles and stuff everywhere, and I kept going. Okay, you know what? Why don't I just turn my computer off? I'm gonna clean my office. But it was the same thing. I'm I know how this goes. It takes me half a day to clean off. It takes me 4 hours. Then I get into the photo drawer and I'm
no.
Oh, wait a second. I was going to scan these negatives. Oh, I forgot. Okay, wait. why don't I just scan these negatives real quick? Because if I don't do it now, I'm never going to do it. And one day turns into 4 days and a week, and then
Oh my
it's
God.
spotless. And then I've decided to try to like, maybe I need to build a new desk because like I do have all that plywood. Maybe, okay, what I'm going to do is go to Home Depot. I'm going to get, and then like a month later, I realized that like I didn't get anything done.
Nope.
My office still looks horrible because I like cobbled some stuff together and like I didn't have
Gave
enough
up halfway
drawers.
through.
So
Oh my
I decided
God.
to pile everything in the garage for a while,
Oh,
whatever.
yeah.
But it really is. It does make me think of like, have we created this crazy simulation where our brains are just like, you guys, no. We're supposed to be having fun. We
You
are
can't be
not
doing
supposed
any
to
of
be.
this.
What is this? All this stuff you're like wasting your life with.
Yeah.
We're supposed to be having fun, thinking about things, doing stuff, eating snacks.
Oh, a lot of snacks, a lot of drinks,
like,
mostly with sugar
and
and caffeine, if possible.
watching some
Oh yeah,
something entertaining.
You know,
And
there was a good
and
Saturday Night Live like 3 months ago, and you never really watched it. There's some clips that have been going around. You definitely should watch the whole episode, and then the one before that, and the one after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And make sure you tell all your friends.
Hey, I saw that thing. Like, yeah, we know that was 3 months ago. Yeah. Oh, the worst thing I could cop to is we recently installed artificial grass in our yard because our lawn was dying all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And the artificial grass is basically plastic carpet, for function purposes. And what I've come to realize is that you need to I needed a shop vac in order to vacuum our plastic carpet that exists outside, because we have eucalyptus trees that drop tons of little seeds and that just drops, just tons of stuff, leaves, branches, seeds, it's just covered in it. So I bought a shop vac, and now I know I'm really procrastinating when I'm out there in the middle of the day vacuuming the grass.
Oh my God. I feel like that's a Simpsons episode for sure.
I mean,
Homer.
Yeah. Are you vacuuming the grass again? No.
Yeah.
No.
Call me?
Yeah.
What are you trying to not do?
I also recently bought a electric leaf blower, and so now I've taken the leaf blower first. That happens a lot faster. It looks a lot better, quicker, but it doesn't. But it's going to need a deep cleaning. At least once a year. We got to go through there with the shop vac. Every square inch is like zzz, zzz, you move it. It's like trying to remove a tattoo off of a giant or something. I'm just like going inch by square inch with this, like, whatever that 2-inch little shop vac hose is. You got to just touch every piece of it.
Do you ever try to like spray it off or anything, or does that just make it worse?
Oh no,
like
I do that. I water. Well, that's the first sign that I was insane, was when Shannon would come, "Are you watering the fake grass?" Like, no, I'm cleaning it off, because the dog. There's one area where the dog likes to piss and shit. So it looks like I'm out there again. Just she's inside working, and it comes out and looks out the window and is like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" My husband lost his mind. We got fake grass because we were spending too much on water, and it was a waste of water. Now he's started to water the fake grass. Like,
Randy, what are you trying not to do? Randy,
trying not to live my life. Trying not to have a real human adult experience.
Well, I have a dirt making machine now.
What?
This is real.
No. Oh, what is this?
Oh yeah, I have a dirt making machine.
Holy shit!
It's my obsession. I love it so much. I forget what it's called. So I've been trying to compost for maybe a year and a half now, and it just doesn't work. I don't have the focus to really like, okay, when did I turn it last? And then also the weather up here is so crazy that everything is frozen, and then it's wet, and then it's 70 degrees, and then it's frozen. So I don't know. It's not, and you're not supposed to put it outside because there's rats. But then some people say if you're really doing it inside, if you're doing your compost well, it shouldn't have rats in it. And then do I put worms in it? There's a whole thing. Yeah. And it's not working. I just have like a pile of dirt outside, or it's in like a rolling thing, and it's just, I'm like, this isn't turning into compost. It's still just pine needles and all this stuff. So
like eggshells or like coffee grounds, and
like eggshells and coffee
banana
grounds
peels. Yeah.
Yeah, all that stuff. But then you open it up and you're like, well, there's still the eggshells and coffee grounds, and that's just mold. You're not supposed to have mold if it's not working right. So there's a whole thing. I just
Yeah.
can't get it. So for Christmas this year, there's this big package. I'm like, what is this? Open it up, and it's called, I don't remember what it's called. It's like a Tubi or something like that. And it's just this, it looks like a big, like a food processor thing. It's
Oh God.
like
Amazing.
18 inches by 8. It's like a big box.
Grinder.
Yeah. And basic, and Michelle got it on, it was like on sale. It's usually like $500 and it was like $250 or something.
You can't pass it up.
And she's
It's
like,
a great deal.
this is way too expensive and it's so dumb. But, and I'm like, I love this. This might be the best gift I've ever gotten. What does it do? It makes dirt. Okay. This is great. So you put all of your waste from your kitchen,
Mm-hmm.
and it does distinctly say do not put diapers in there. So I took that to heart. Definitely no diapers.
Okay.
But so you put all your food waste in there.
I wouldn't normally categorize the diapers as food waste, but
exactly.
some people you never know. Different strokes.
Well, they have to tell people this kind of stuff because someone's probably like, well, let's see, my dog
eats
poop.
Diapers.
That's good for the garden, right? Maybe I'll put that in there and cook it in my kitchen. So anyway, so we put all the food waste and stuff, and then you turn it on, and it's like a mixer, and then also a dehydrator.
Oh my God!
And so what would it be? A mixer? It's a heater, so it kind of cooks it, and then it mixes it.
Does this smell horrible?
And then it dehydrates it. No, because it's got like a big carbon filter thing in it.
Oh.
So it doesn't. It just kind of steams.
And is it inside?
Like, okay,
is it inside or outside?
It's
an inside. What
it's not that
fuck?
big. It's
okay.
It's like the size of a backpack, like a kid's backpack. It's like about that size. And it makes these like sometimes
to wake you up in the middle of the night. You're like, what the fuck was that? Is a dog throwing up?
So there's like a 4-hour setting, a 6-hour setting, and then there's like whatever the other one is. I don't have enough patience for the 12-hour setting, even though that's supposedly the best setting. I don't know. I put it on the middle one. You open it up, dirt, like brown dirt that looks like you dug it up from your garden.
That is fucking insane.
And it fascinates me every time I open it up. It's like Christmas. I do it like twice every other day, pretty much. Get enough. And
you have enough? At what point do you know if you have enough dirt? I don't understand. How would you know if there's too much dirt?
No, it fills up the container.
I see.
To turn the dirt on, like to turn the machine on. So we have like avocados and eggs and bananas. So now,
are you buying stuff at the grocery store, not even eating it,
just to throw it in? Yeah. So now, I still eat it, but I'm like, but I know that the coffee and orange. Like, so the other day we bought a bunch of oranges, and I'm okay, we got to eat all these oranges. So we're eating all these oranges, and we put them in, and I'm like, save them because I'm only doing orange.
Don't throw those away.
Orange dirt. And so then we do like coffee grounds, and then I put all the oranges in there, and then put a little bit of like banana peels, whatever.
Yeah.
And then I get this dirt out. And then I get the dirt out, and it's like it smells like oranges. It's amazing. I love it.
And now, then what do you do with it once it's been made? You sprinkle it around the house, or you put plants in it?
No, so you're supposed to mix it with other dirt. This is where I get I start doing some research, and really like half the people that do their own kind of gardening and stuff are like, this is bullshit. This thing doesn't work. It's just dehydrating. It takes all the nutrients out of it. And then some people are like, well, I mean, not really. It's dirt. I don't know. What are you gonna do? And then some guy's like, I could just buy a dehydrator. I could buy all these things for nothing. And I'm like, can people just have fun? I enjoy this stuff. I don't want to worry.
Just let a dad enjoy his dirt machine.
And also this person online is also talking, and I'm literally looking. I'm like, how does this thing work? I don't even understand it. This is like little gnomes in there, like digging dirt from outside when I'm asleep.
Yes, that is correct.
It's like Christmas. Yeah. And he's like, and I'm like, well, okay, that's great. I could totally compost outside and wait a year. I could wait a year for like 5 pounds of dirt. That would be great. Or I could get
every night. I can have
a
the
pound
elves.
of dirt every 2 nights, and I could have a 5-gallon bucket in the garage, a 5-gallon Home Depot bucket full of dirt, ready for the spring. That's what I chose.
Yeah,
so we'll see.
That sounds great.
We'll see how our garden goes this year.
Yeah, this will be the first garden.
Oh my God, I'm
as
so
soon
excited.
as the ground thaws.
Yeah,
that is amazing.
Yeah,
oh my God.
So now I have like piles of dirt outside everywhere. I've got like, I put a little bit in the composter. I'm like, well, maybe if I add my own dirt, it'll help. I got a 5-gallon bucket out in the garage. So now when you open the door to the garage, it smells like beautiful dirt. It's amazing.
This is so much better than bullshit stickers, than random stickers that I don't need.
Well, no, I was thinking maybe
stickers for the dirt.
Stickers for the dirt.
Oh,
like
look,
dirt.
Collab.
Does it work?
Whoa.
We'll see if it works.
Got dirt?
Yeah,
right, that's still, dirt. Can you still do that? Or what if it's like Calvin peeing on a pile of dirt? Is that still relevant, or is that gone past? Is that post irony? I don't know if that works.
Yeah, we could post irony.
Yeah, there it is. Oh my God, post dirt.
Yeah, post dirt, pre-dirt, post irony.
Oh my God, yeah. I love it.
So anyway, that's my new obsession.
Oh my God, hold on, you're zapping something with you turned your lightsaber on for a second. Okay, yeah, now it's better.
Okay.
That's incredible. Well, we are in all auspiciousness here to talk about Alice Sandahl. No, we did that one. We're here to talk about.
No, that's what we're talking about. No, yeah, it's Alice.
We were talking about Alice. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
we haven't done this one. Oh my God,
Devin.
my brain.
We did Devin last week.
Oh my God, of course we did.
We switched them. I think we were going to do one or the other before.
Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah. Okay, so it wasn't just my brain. I've officially gone down a pod hole. I've recorded 2 other pods today that will be
amazing.
That will be out in the future, and I think I'm turning into more pod than man. At this point, this is great.
Oh, that's actually a good sticker. More Randy Randall, more pod than man.
Yeah, there's a white zombie throwback somewhere in there.
Or you could or pod or Astro or
Man or Astro Man? Pod? Yeah.
Pod or Astro?
Astropod?
Podstro Man? I don't know. That one doesn't work as well. Anyway, go ahead.
But Alice, how awesome is she?
Oh,
she's super
amazing.
Cool. Yeah.
I love that she just threw in that she was like, oh yeah, and also I was studying opera. Like opera singing. You're like,
why did we not hear that from the top?
People just are like get into a little bit. Yeah, it's amazing.
No, I mean you can hear it in her voice too. It's so fun. I saw, and she has this kind of elegance about her, which is I've always been so impressed. I mean that's not something in my scuzzy, art, punk world or whatever. There was not many people who are very elegant. I feel like her music and her just sort of style and sort of floats through music or floats through a situation.
Yeah,
she seems totally very refined. Yeah,
I mean, I did love the like kind of the Seattle stories, and then like the moving to Los Angeles and how like that being kind of I don't know. I feel like there is always it's interesting when people move to LA because they get to a point to where they have to. I don't know if have to is the right word, but like that's kind of the next move. Like you get like your band gets big enough, or like there's more pathways from Los Angeles than there is from other cities.
Yeah,
and when people are like, okay, yeah, you know what? I guess we have to move to LA because we're definitely not moving to New York, and that is especially back then. It's like now there's a little bit more opportunity in places because of the internet and everything else, but communication.
Yeah. Or even just if your day job can require you to be at a certain location, but even now that's changed.
Yeah,
but
right.
Yeah, no, it's a funny one just thinking about LA in that regard. I think growing up here, it was always or out in the suburbs from here, it was always kind of like, well, yeah, this is the big city. This is the city I would move to. Like growing up in Spokane, you would go to Seattle or Portland.
Right.
It was like the easiest, closest thing that's there. Yeah, and so we're and I think in my case, it was like, you either moved east or west, from the suburbs. Like if you're moving east, it's kind of like more you're digging in your your desert rat kind of I've given up. I'm 18. I'm already done. I'm moving further out into the desert, and then moving west kind of there's this comes from the guy who moved west. Maybe I'm just an asshole, but the sense it's like, well, I don't know. There's a city out there. There's something going on over there. I'm not going to pretend I live in, Arizona.
Yeah.
I feel like but that's just, maybe I'm just wrong-headed about this. Having grown up in the Inland Empire, it sort of felt like, oh God, we're already so far east. I can't move further east. You're just getting further and further away from where culture and soy milk is. I want to go closer to Thai food and soy milk and art museums and things like that, and people with holes in their clothes, for fashion's sake, not because they fell off their BMX bike trying to smoke meth and find the 7-Eleven.
You mean there's a place where there are things and stuff?
That's how. I
want to go there.
Yeah, I want to go to there.
People do things and stuff happens.
Yeah, and
you can also go south.
There's also smoke cigarettes in parking lots and just talk about doing stuff. Which I think is what happens a lot. Yeah. I was part of a lot of cigarette circles. Started talking about how it's bullshit to do things. Like, those fucking people think they're doing things. Fuck those guys. We're
so cool.
Yeah, I think you just go out there and just start a band and play music. Fuck those guys. I have a cousin we're gonna have a backyard. We're gonna have a party in his backyard. You can play there. That's real. And then you never play. No one ever shows up or loads in.
Yeah,
you just get drunk on the keg by 6. Yeah,
yeah, he has an amp, and then you go there and you're like, he's like, oh man, I sold my amp 2 years ago.
Yeah,
and then no one checked.
It's like, this is fucking bullshit, man. No,
although there were some great parties outside of Los Angeles. I remember going to see. I don't remember how we got out there. I don't even remember quite where it was. What town is it in?
Who was it? Who was the band?
It was the Mean Reds.
Okay.
Mean Reds played at someone's grandma's house in the backyard right next to the swimming pool.
Wow.
And
they all jumped in the pool?
I believe the party was on 4th of July. So then it was a huge party, and either the grandma or the aunt had taken over one of the kids' bedrooms and opened the window that opened out, and they had made a walk-up bar.
Nice.
So they could have all the alcohol inside, protected, and then you'd buy a beer at the window. And so you'd put your hand inside the bedroom window with your $2 or whatever, and you'd get a Pabst out, and it was someone's aunt just raking in the money.
Smart.
It was amazing. Oh my God, this is one of the funnest parties. I mean, it was a long time ago because I have photos of Mean Reds playing, and it's film. So it would have had to be 2003. I don't know, 2002.
They were a really fun band.
Oh my God, that band was the best.
I saw a bunch of shows. We stayed at Anthony's house or his parents' house in
Arizona,
Phoenix or Tucson. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we remember our first tour. We played I think it was a skate shop, and I think they headlined. We were kind of like the tour band, but there was some other band that opened that brought a pig's head and just kind of threw it around, and it smelled so bad. And it was
multiple. I feel like you have multiple
decapitated pig's heads. Yeah, I do.
Didn't someone email you recently about the pig's head? When you told the pig's head story, and someone said, "Hey, that was my band."
Oh yes, yeah. On Instagram
I saw that. I thought that was amazing. He's like,
in Wellington.
I'm really sorry about that.
Yeah.
That was my band.
No, wasn't his band wasn't his band opened for us the night that we played after the Pig's Head band.
Oh,
it was the night before. Okay. There was black metal, Norwegian black metal guys that played Wellington the night before, and they didn't really close. They didn't really clean the club.
That's right. It was the night. He
said, "I was the band that opened for you guys the next night," and I was like, "Oh, that's fine." He's like, "Yeah, it reeked. It was horrible."
He's like, "I can confirm this story."
Yes,
you didn't just make this up.
Oh my God, no, I don't get it. Yeah, the butcher shop was part of performance art. I don't know. I'm very fortunate that I don't have that experience.
Yeah, me too.
currently going on. It's been, like I said, it's been many years since I've seen that, but I think it's almost a shock. I think it's an easy shock value thing. Because there's a stench, totally. that smell, I think, just instantly like triggers something in your lizard brain, like, it's death.
Oh, totally. I was trying to think of, this has nothing to do with Pig's Head, but Dwayne Peters,
the
skater, and who's also in punk bands.
Yeah, what was it? The Bombs? What was it? So what was his name? U.S. Bombs.
U.S. Bombs.
Yeah.
U.S. Bombs, and then he had a band after that. Mm-hmm. And his, I want to say it was his girlfriend, maybe wife, maybe not, was the singer / fire breather.
Oh my God.
And we opened up for them or got on a bill with them. I don't know how it happened in the Bay Area. We were up there for something else or another show, and we got put on there, and we're like, yeah, of course, Dwayne Peters, of course. And so they play it inside the smallest little venue, and she's blowing these massive fireballs into the ceiling. I mean, it's like a an 8-foot ceiling. It's not like a big club. It's like a little, and it's like lamp oil or whatever they use. It's just blowing fire, and we're just like, this place is gonna burn down, and it didn't.
Yeah,
but they got done and everything, and we go to put our stuff up there, and there's lamp oil.
You had to play after them. Oh no, that's if you have fire in your act, you're the last man on. Yeah. You're the headliner.
So we didn't. So this is probably how little people knew of us. So we were the 1 o'clock band. It must have happened that way. So they were like the headliners,
right?
And we were the you can play after them or whatever.
Okay, got it.
So we got to play, and it was there was lamp oil all over the floor.
Is it slippery?
Oh my God,
it's viscous.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And we're like trying to play, even bringing our stuff up, and we're like, did we just leave? Yeah, well, I'm gonna break my leg just trying to get
catch on fire
in here.
God forbid somebody throw a lit cigarette or something up here. We're all gonna fucking burn up.
But that was those days
gnarly.
Of there's just this. It was like a bar. It wasn't like some kids back art studio, whatever. It was like a legit bar.
Oh my God.
I'm like, I don't know. This might be our last night, guys. I don't is this still flammable, or is does the flammability go away after a while?
I don't know.
Just after it burns off, it's just liquid. I don't know. I don't know how this works.
Wow, I have no idea. That's insane. I remember there was a band called.
I can kind of smell it.
What is it, kerosene or something? Or
yeah,
it's
what is that? It smelled like kerosene. Yeah.
Ugh, fun stuff. That's gnarly. There was this band, Lords of Altamont, that I remember played around LA, and there was it was like a Farfisa or keyboard kind of vintagey, or kind of vintage garage band with black and white striped, look like crooks out of a 1930s cartoon or something,
Right.
But they would the singer, I don't know, or keyboard player would make a little tinfoil a boat, or bowl tray on the top of his organ and light it on fire, and then do the thing where he plays it forward and backwards, rocks it back and forth, where it looks like his keyboard was on fire.
Jesus,
I saw him at Spaceland. Yeah.
And again, I remember people, pouring lamp oil or whatever on the cymbals and hitting the cymbals, and then fire would come up. And,
oh yeah,
or on snare, in the snare. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh yeah, pour water on the snare and hit it, and it splashes up. Yeah, that band before No Age, we were playing somewhere on the floor, and this kid was kind of leaning over the drums and threw up all over the floor tom. And the drummer pointed the floor tom back at the kid and hit it, and it splattered back in his face. A dick move on both parts. It's two dicks just being hassles. And I remember looking back and being like, this is fucking stupid. Yeah.
Yeah. That's why they were there.
Right. Yeah. One to puke and one to splash the puke back on him. Yeah. Oh God. I think that was also the same days. That was also unsurprisingly the same show where, we didn't play on the floor. You're just shoulder to shoulder with everybody. You're just hanging out, but you're the one with making the noise, and they're the one standing there. But I got somebody's passing a bottle of whiskey around, and I was like, hey, as we're playing. So in the middle of playing, there's like, I like put my head back and like just sort of like pouring whiskey down my mouth and like not stopping. I'm like, okay, that's good. And then it all just dribbles everywhere. It was just kind of gross and weird, but it was, it seemed very rock and roll at the time, very Keith Richards,
Of course. Why wouldn't you?
Oh God.
That's what I say.
Yeah. That was,
Say yes.
That was no good.
Say yes more.
But then there's the story that those, if you ever saw somebody chugging off a bottle of booze on stage, it was most likely apple juice that became a shtick.
Right.
And you could just put in some other, or like iced tea or something. But hair metal bands in the 80s would do this to look cool, but they couldn't actually be chugging a bottle of whiskey on stage.
Yeah, you can't play after a whole eighth or whatever it is. Yeah, or can you?
We played a festival somewhere in the Scandinavian countries at 3 a.m. for some reason. That was our call time, and we were so jet lagged. We flew over just for that, and in the backstage there was a big bottle of Jack Daniels, and I just thought that was hilarious. They must have thought we were an American band. I don't think it was on the rider, or maybe it was. Those are very early days of like getting access to weirdness like this.
Yeah,
and I did bring it on stage. And I chugged from it, and it was not good. It was terrible. No, in fact,
I hate Jack Daniels. Not a fan.
Yeah, no, nothing good came of that. Came of that evening, but I could say I did it. Whatever credibility or embarrassment that brings to me at this point in my life. Well,
yeah, chalk that one up to existing. We existed. We made it.
Yeah. It's about as good idea as hitting yourself in the head with a hammer,
Yeah, but which people have done as well.
It could be done.
Yeah.
So yeah, Alice is.
Speaking of rock and roll, guys.
Speaking of rock and roll, yeah. It's funny. I feel like La Luz was a band that we just came across, backstage at festivals and things. I think we tell the story there, that we were running late to some festival in Arizona and met the singer of La Luz, and just for like 5 minutes. And I was like, I don't even know if we're in the right dressing room. I think they had our name on the outside, but we never showed up. So I don't know if they had taken it over, if it was theirs, but it was again like a whole backstage area that we just we got there, loaded and played, and then I think we wanted like 5 minutes before we hit the road to just drink a bottle of water or something, and we saw a room that had our name on it, but she was back there hanging out, so maybe we're sharing her. She was whatever, but she was really nice, the singer from La Luz. And then we saw them again in Spain. And they were so cool. Again, another kind of weird, it was like at a polo field or like horse track or something. And all the backstages were underneath the bleachers.
Yeah.
And I was like, you guys, you.
That's amazing.
We always meet like this.
And at that point, were they were in LA, or at that point they were still in Seattle?
I think they were in LA, but Dean and I were already kind of becoming parents and not as social as we probably once were.
Right. Yes.
So it was, it means nothing if we didn't know who they were. It was just, talks to our own lack of knowledge of what was going on in the world. But yeah, no, they were super cool. And then it was funny. Alice actually, and then it came back around. Shannon was looking for, like in the mom groups and the online mom community. I think Alice had posted that she was teaching piano lessons. And so we have a piano at the house because Shannon plays piano, but we didn't really want to do the, teach your own kid how to play music. So I might hire somebody else to teach your kid, even though you know how to play, but just kind of take out the edge or the pressure of like being the parent. Like, let me show you a few things. Right.
They don't want to learn anything from you.
No. Well, yeah, he didn't want to learn anything from her either, but she was really sweet and really nice. And it was cool to see how they did their lessons and everything. I was like, oh man, this is the girl I know from backstage at festivals.
Yeah. And that's amazing.
So then we just kind of kept in touch from there. That was kind of more where I think a friendship sort of kicked up. And then I opened 2 shows for her at the Gold Diggers here in LA a couple of years back.
Right.
Just doing solo stuff. And I'm always just in awe of like musicians, people that can really play and sing and have all that knowledge and everything. I've a cobbled together sort of set of skills that does something for me. But not really trained. So I've been seeing somebody who's really well trained. It's just like, that's how you do it. You make it look so easy.
You're not worried about your sevenths and your ninths and your like E minor E flats going into like how they fit with your B minors and
no. I read the best description. I also subscribe to Guitar Monthly or whatever, one of these guitar magazines, and they still have the tablature in the back, which is amazing. And there was a Nirvana song, In Bloom, in the latest issue. They should be a sponsor as well for the show, but not Nirvana, but the guitar magazine.
Well, I think we should get Nirvana. Honestly, I think it could happen.
They could do it, right?
I mean, what are they doing these days? You know what I mean?
This episode is brought to you by Nirvana.
You've heard of them. You've seen their shirts everywhere.
Go buy a bootleg shirt on Temu. We should just start having like our own made up sponsors.
Yeah,
doesn't really matter, right?
And then
give out
we'll
wrong
send you
codes.
Stickers. We'll send you stickers for the sponsors.
Oh yeah,
and our sponsors will be sponsored by Sticker Guy.
Just have fake sponsors.
Yeah.
Oh my god, we had I'll finish the story and then I'll tell the next story. But it was the description, you know, these poor people that work for guitar transcribing services or these magazines have to write the things. I mean, these are highly educated, you know, Steve Vai, Joe Satriani are on the cover of these magazines, but then there's the dumbest, you know, Nirvana song, or not dumbest, but you know, it's 3 notes. Like play the barcode, but make sure you don't hit all the notes down because you only got to hit the first, you know, the low 3 low strings.
Yeah,
because that's the way it sounds really good. And every once in a while, kind of, you know, bend something the wrong way or let the other string ring out. You know? But they just wrote this description of like, you know, there's lots of passing chords. There's a beauty in the simplicity of this thing. It really is the most like backhanded complimentary kind of thing. Somehow this band sold 1 million records. I don't know how they did it, but they got my band dropped from a major label, you know, 34 years ago. So now I got to write tablature about some dumb guy who doesn't even know how to play guitar. But here you go.
It's like saying the really expensive house that is in horrible shape has great bones.
Yes, yeah. This song has a lot of passing chords, and I just thought that I'm like, the fuck is a passing chord? I think that's just kind of a ringed out sort of chord you could play in between other like wicked solos, wicked interesting things. It's just, you know, just throw in one of those passing chords every once in a while. Just you could play anything over it.
Yeah, it's just that's called the whatever man chord. Whatever man. What do we play here? Whatever.
Just, you know,
just make it sound loud.
Oh my god! But I really had to read that one. You know, I skip a lot of the articles, but I feel like it's like how
you don't get Guitar Magazine for the articles, Randy. Come on, what are you looking at? Like the guitars? You got like big spreads of the guitars.
I'm joking on this.
For the articles, guys. Sorry, that was a 30-year-old joke.
I can't breathe.
People don't get that anymore because they don't get magazines.
Guitar Player Magazine for the articles. It's not for the.
I don't even look at the guitars.
That's what I have to tell my wife so I don't get in trouble for. Are you looking at more guitars?
Yeah.
Are you going to buy another guitar?
Why do you keep going back to the Sovtech page,
yeah. What
Randy?
is going on here?
Randy, I know you don't have a Sovtech. Why do you keep going back to the Sovtech page? Do you know how much space we have in the guitar or in the garage, Randy?
Why is this PRS ad all sticky? What is going on? Are you looking at Jackson's? This Charvel is not.
I would never.
This Charvel will not be in the garage. If I come home and find you and this Steve Vai signature model.
Listen, a Flying V and an Explorer. That's as far as you can go. That's as far as we go in this household.
I wouldn't even see it. I didn't even know it was there.
What?
They have a dumb Nirvana introductory article. Look, it's right here.
I didn't realize this guitar was so sharp. I didn't realize. I saw the photos, but I didn't realize it was so sharp.
Look at the 15th article they've done on Stevie Ray Vaughan's tone. This is why I'm really subscribed to this. I really want to understand that woman tone that Clapton got on his live sessions.
That's how he did it.
You don't understand. This is the one that shows the 100 best guitarists that are really just the same guitarists you've seen on every other list. But
it's crazy. I've never even heard of number 38.
But these were voted on by actual real guitarists, though, so this means it's real. I mean, that's why Joe Bonamassa is like in the top 10
every time.
Billy Strings, I learned so much more about like virtuosity and virtuosos that I have no interest in listening to. But it's great. But I feel like it's definitely there's a racket somewhere in there that's cooked up by big guitars just to keep weird, I don't know. I don't want to be mean to any of these people, but the whole blues lawyer like industry would crumble if we really understood how few, signature Satriani guitars were actually sold.
Yeah, we don't talk about this, Randy.
Why
keep the dream alive.
Why won't Music Man open up the books?
Yeah.
Is everyone really buying the James Valentine from Maroon 5 signature, not a Starcaster?
They are. I used to take photos of those Music Man guitars.
I know.
Yeah.
They should be a sponsor.
Beautiful. Oh man, I would love it. That place.
I'd play in Albert Lee all the time.
There was like a 2 or 3 year waiting list for those guitars sometimes.
Just because they didn't.
Like the ones that are like
is that a
like
self-imposed scarcity though?
No, they made them. Yeah, they made them one at a time.
Yeah. Why?
I mean, they sat there with it. They like, I saw all the piles of wood that were like, that's been
aging
for 4 years and 3 years and 2 years. It's pretty amazing. Yeah.
But couldn't they just make them? If they're selling that many, couldn't they just hire a couple more people and make them faster?
No, man.
That's not how it works.
No, that's not how it works.
There's one guy who can make them in San Luis Obispo.
Hand winding all the pickups.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like such a hater on all this stuff. I don't know. I feel disillusioned with modern guitars in some ways.
I mean, it's a weird thing because they kind of hit perfection in a sense in like the 70s. And then they've been kind of building on like, well, do we're, when people are like bragging about their 1957 Telecaster or whatever, and you're like, all right. I mean, yeah, it was 70 years ago. If that's the best one, why are we still making new ones?
Well, the new ones are just exactly like the old ones. That's the best. Yeah. The best you could do is make something that's resembles
slightly worse than the old stuff.
Yeah. I don't know.
Pretty fun.
I think it's I think it's good. I appreciate the low cost barrier of entry to guitars now. I think there's a lot more variety in the low cost area, which I think is more exciting to me than anything else that I've seen. It's just that you can buy like fairly decent, really cheap, equipment, and it sounds relatively good, which was not the case when we were growing up. No. You had a handful of options, and they were all fine. Yeah, and it was just fine. Totally. And then you wanted to graduate up to something else, and now I really feel like there's no real reason to go past an Epiphone. It's really they're great, and they last forever, and they're good quality. Yeah. And you really have to be like operating at some technical level, you know what I mean, or fancy yourself as someone who does that to find a problem with what they're doing. Even if you needed to like upgrade, spend another $100 upgrading electronics or something, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's like you're pretty much 85% of the way there to a great guitar for under $500.
Yeah, you get one that's just heavy enough to sound good. Make sure it's not too light, unless you want that twinkly light sound.
People do that.
Some people like that too.
Yeah. And even like the amp modelers, everything. There's just the whole game is. And I think because I get the feeling there's less and less people playing guitar, so they just try to make it like just as easy as possible. Like if you ever had the thought, if you're ever trying to not do some big assignment and you'd rather just go out and buy a cheap guitar real quick and just. It's a good distraction machine.
Go get a Squire for $200 and
a little orange, high gain rocket thing. And
that little orange head that I bought from you is like awesome.
Yeah,
like $200 or whatever.
My God, I mean that's the rest of your life right there. You can spend 70 years just on that alone. Like you don't need, like I'm gonna now get this Bogner or I'm gonna get this giant Friedman thing or 412.
For everybody has their thing. Yeah. But I do remember talking because I used to shoot for like Guitar Center and stuff too, and so even talking to those guys, and this was like 2005 to 2010, 11, probably.
It's
Maybe
probably still
after that.
some juice in the brick and mortar retail market.
A little bit, but
Yeah,
what was happening was that as Amazon was coming up, that their main competitor was Amazon. So they were just
in a
like,
tough position.
so we're not even competing against like music stores anymore. Now we have to compete against, Amazon going like, oh, we're the biggest guitar retailer in the world now, and we're going to make Fender drop their prices. And then Guitar Center would have to, it's like all that stuff. They're like, that's just hearing those conversations of like, I mean, what are we gonna do? Like we'd love to sell better stuff and have people don't come in to play guitar anymore, or they come in to play guitar and then they go and just buy it at Amazon, buy it off Amazon because it's like $30 cheaper and you can send it back.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I have a hard time feeling super empathetic for Guitar Center as much as money as I've given them over the decades. I've had so many just terrible customer service experiences from childhood. It was a big psychological hurdle when I could go into a Guitar Center, and feel comfortable and not feel talked down to or you know what I mean, or just like once I knew enough about guitar to just walk in and get the thing I wanted and leave, I felt so much better about life. Yeah, exactly.
That was your empowerment. Your first stage of empowerment is feeling comfortable. Going in and leaving.
Just going out. Hey, I just need 10, size 10 super slinky Ernie ball strings. That's it. And two packs. No, I don't need protection. I don't need the warranty on the pack of strings. No, that's cool, bro. Okay. I don't need a string winder or fretboard polishing or an undercoat warranty. I don't need a $50 weed strap. I'm good. I'm just coming in here to buy the guitar strings.
The funniest thing that I remember hearing was that at Guitar Center, their number one selling, their biggest money maker of all of Guitar Center, was the clip-on tuner. The clip-on tuner.
Did they invent this?
Made more money than anything at Guitar Center combined. They made all their money off like clip-on tuners, string winders, like all of that stuff. The guitars were kind of like, you're selling one pretty few and far between, but everything else was like the guitar straps. But yeah, it was the clip-on winder or the clip-on tuner was like the number one selling thing that made Guitar Center millions of dollars every year. I love that story.
Yeah,
because it really is like, oh, so you should call it Clip-On Tuner Center. Right?
Yeah, that'd be great. Let's shop there. The truth in advertising. No,
I mean, get the guitars here too.
Oh my God, I remember when my mom, bless her heart, was nice enough to get me my first 4-track, my only 4-track. I mean, this Tascam Porta Studio MK2 424. This was in '94, and I opened the box and I don't, I'm learning everything's first thing. And I'm like, okay, cool. This is great. Okay. So that's what this is. Oh, and there's some cables. That's cool. It's got some, there's like stereo things, 2 cables bound together. Okay. I guess that's cool if you plugged in 2 things at the same time. And then there was like a box of like 8 ADAT tapes. And I was like, what's this for? Like, this doesn't even go this takes just regular cassette tapes. And now looking back on it, it makes me so mad to think that they upsold my mom on ADAT tapes.
Just like a bunch
weird
of
digital.
Stuff.
Yeah. There was like, cool. All right, I want to get my son a recording setup. Like, what do I need? Oh, cool. Yeah. Buy this 4-track thing. They weren't trying to sell her an SM58 or 57 or an XLR cable or, any number of things, tape, head cleaning, deoxizing, whatever, anything you could actually use, or even compressed can of air that would get all the dust out of the faders. But But no, they sold her a box of ADAT tapes, and I'm sure she was just, and that's it. I mean, that's really, I think that's where the string winders and the lemon oil, fretboard conditioners and dusting cloth that you really need it's all sold for those kids who are just learning, and their grandma or aunt or uncle wants to support them. And
totally. That's where all the money goes. It's definitely not. They're definitely not making any money off the really high end stuff. They're making money off of the little cheap stuff.
Yeah.
Probably drumsticks.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yeah. It was a funny one. So I think as I look back, kind of similar to like Blockbuster, like I like how, be like, oh, the last Blockbuster. Oh, I'm nostalgic for Blockbuster. Like Blockbuster fucking sucked. They killed the mom and pops. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't Netflix that did that. Netflix came in and killed the killer. You know what I mean? So at this point, it's just like a zombie capitalistic carnival of flesh. It's like the thing that was cool was like the mom and pop weird video stores that existed in the in the same shopping center as the pizzeria and the Vons, and like, oh cool, we're gonna go there. And then once the Blockbusters came in, they put all those guys out of business, and their shit was like lame. It didn't have any character. There wasn't like the mom and pop would have cool films or weird or had character or had something, there was a personality behind what they were doing, or people that loved film or were at least interested in it. And I think the Blockbuster thing was always so corporate and cheesy and overpriced, and they would try to just screw you every chance they got. Like, so once they went out of business, I was like, same Blockbuster Music, all that shit, like fuck all those guys. Like they're good for them. They're gone.
Yes, I agree. I agree. I do like our late night podcast. 2 in a row.
So much darker. Oh, really? Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay.
Yeah. We got to do it early morning next time.
Like, hey, hi. Well, they tried really hard. Yeah. I don't know. I can't be mad at Blockbuster because, it's still early in the day, and I haven't gotten pissed off all day long. So
the thing is, butterflies, rainbows, birds. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's really, that's what it's all about. Really.
Oh my God. No, I think
springtime.
By this time of the night, when we get to these ones, I'm just like, fuck it. Fuck them all.
We haven't talked about the Illuminati yet, though. So that's we didn't hit that. That one yet.
Oh, okay. I mentioned that on some other podcast I did today.
We'll talk about that next week.
That's coming up. In a future one. Yeah. Oh my God.
Well, we'll also be talking about the Drake diss song. That's next week, though.
Oh God. Okay. I missed out. Yeah. No. I'm still seeing the Coachella coverage that.
Oh, Grimes
is irrelevant
Grimes DJ
to anything.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah. That was bad, and I don't know. All of it's bad.
I didn't really see anything. I saw a couple little things, but
Blur said the audience sucked, and it's like, but then I've heard that they weren't good. I don't know.
Yeah, but haven't they always hated American audiences? Kind of.
I don't know. I saw them.
I mean, they're just very English.
Back in the day, they're great. They were great. I saw them at the Palladium on whatever record they were doing. They were amazing. Yeah. It was super fun. That Smash Mouth opened for them. I feel like Blur had the worst opening bands on purpose. Like they would.
That's amazing.
They would have like kind of shitty bands. Then maybe this is a thing. Maybe this is like another industry secret. These giant bands come over and just have like somebody who's popular enough or on the rise or trending or something, but don't actually sound great. To them, just make them sound so much better.
Yeah, but it'll still bring enough like local American pop people that will spend a lot of money on beer and buy a shirt.
I guess, yeah. I remember, hearing "Might As Well Be Walking on the Sun." I don't think they didn't have the Shrek song even yet. They were still on that first record, and then they opened for Blur, and I was like, "These guys fucking suck. This blows." It's like what? I just felt like they wanted to be a ska band so bad, but they're doing everything they could to not be a ska band. That was my opinion of Smash Mouth.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. They did their thing, Randy.
They tried. Don't kick hair and. Am I punching down now at this point with by making fun of Smash Mouth? No, years later we would go to play this Napa Rocks festival, and on a side stage, I think we played after Smash Mouth, much like Blur decades prior. Wow. But it was a small side stage thing, and then De La Soul played after us. I mean, we were definitely the odd man out. There was
you were sandwiched between Smash Mouth and De La Soul.
I think if I remember correctly, that's what it was. So I remember, going up there, and he had recently gotten made fun of for saying something about bread. There was some weird bread thing, and people were like throwing bread at him. And so I think this was just recently after
Smash
that.
Mouth?
Smash Mouth, yeah. No, Smash
wow.
Mouth, yeah.
People were throwing bread at
There was something, they seemed very uptight and seemed very very cagey and everything. And I think we just got there, you have to get to the stage before your set, half hour before, just so you check in and you're there. And so I kind of watched the last 15, 20 minutes of Smash Mouth. And I was like, oh God, okay, this is bleak. But it was also kind of like, your uncle's at a backyard barbecue or something like, hey, they all came off stage, and I was like, all right, great job. Way to go. Yeah. Hey. And then just kind of waited for everyone, their crew, to move all their stuff off. And then Dean and I just kind of set all our stuff up. Like very, very, I don't know. Just, we didn't have a whole crew. I think his parents drove up that day. His family was there.
I love it.
But they weren't going to help us move anything. So it was just normal for us to, just do our show.
They're there for the show, man.
Yeah. That was a funny one. But yeah,
like, why is there bread? Why is there bread all over my amp?
There's bread all over the background. Weird going on. Yeah, it's worth a Google. But then I don't know, maybe he had mental health or his drugs or alcohol or something. This main singer guy, like, they kicked him out of the band and replaced him with a guy that looks and sounds just like him. And then,
really? Oh my God.
And then, so then they're trying to go out and continue being Smash Mouth without Smash Mouth's. I thought that was like the guy's name. The guy's name is Smash Mouth, right? So they kick Smash Mouth. They kick Smash Mouth out of Smash Mouth, and have a fake Smash Mouth, and then real Smash Mouth dies. But they've already booked a national U.S. tour with the replacement guy. So I think before they could even kick off, they're like, "Hey, check out our new singer." The old singer dies, and I remember just reading I went to their Instagram to look at. I'm like, "What the fuck is going on? How are they?" Because I saw an ad we're playing next week, and I just looked at all the things, and there was they should tell this is really bad timing. They should tell the band that they're not playing next week because the guy just died last week.
Oh my God.
And so I feel like they had to really damage control it, and figure out no, we actually kicked him out last year, and he's just been going downhill and obviously OD'd. And so now we tried to make a healthy, positive break and grow as a band, but this is now we've become our own tribute cover band.
Yeah.
Without knowing it.
I mean, I guess at that point they could become their own cover band of their own songs and be the best Smash Mouth cover band in the world.
Cue Stone Temple Pilots. They got a guy. They got a replacement dude. I mean, Alice in Chains had a replacement dude.
They did, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's just so much money on the table. I don't know what, when you're those people, really, you're like,
Journey.
This is my job. This isn't I'm not oh, you know what? This is a fun thing. They're like, no, I have a house and a wife and kids, and I've worked really hard to get a very high level of existence.
And just because singer guy
spent all the old money,
had mental and emotional disorders he couldn't keep in check. This doesn't mean I can tell my mortgage company that I can't pay them this month. So go ahead and hire the sound alike and just let's go out on tour.
That's why you guys never had a lead singer, because you don't have to have those problems.
Right. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Never have a lead singer, ever.
Yeah.
Unless you're Alice and you're the lead.
Alice Cooper or Alice in Chains?
Alice Cooper. No,
which Alice? Alice Sandahl. Oh, Alice Sandahl. Right.
Alice
okay. Which Alice are we talking? Sorry, I got confused. There's so many musical
confused.
Alices.
I'm all over the place.
Oh my God. Well, yep. That's a good spot to close it on.
Alice in Chains?
No, Alice Sandahl. I liked how our names rhymed. I didn't realize that.
Sandal and Randall.
Yeah. The Sandal Randall. That could be a good
Randall hour.
Be a good tour. We should at least try at least 3 or 4 shows. Randy Randall opens for Alice Sandahl. The Sandal Randall tour.
The Randy Randall Alice Sandahl tour. Wow, that's a good one. That sounds really good, actually. Randy Randall, Alice Sandahl. It sounds like a little kid's a nursery rhyme.
Yeah, Randy and Alice.
You know what they always say?
Randy Randall. I can't even say my own name. Jesus Christ.
You know what they always say? Randy Randall and Alice Sandahl.
Yep. Went up a hill, came down with a crown, went the pail of water. Don't count a bird till it's in the blur.
Till it hatches. Till it hatches in the blur at Coachella. The end.
And scene.
And scene.
All right, everybody, have a good Tuesday, Wednesday. I will see you on Thursday with another fascinating guest, and we will ignore them thoroughly the following Monday.
Yes, and hopefully
lather, rinse, repeat. Always repeat. Yeah, hopefully this one will, with a cheerier disposition.
Yeah, maybe next time we both shouldn't wear black like sweatshirts.
Oh, it's the black.
It's a little
that's
dark.
it. That'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll wear lighter colors next time.
That's
Be cheery.
Cheerio. Cheers.
Cheerio.